Hey guys, it's Lawn Care Outlaw. So with spring right around the corner, I wanted to go over some of my lawn equipment that I'll be using this year. These will be mainly push mowers, and it's only pretty much one brand. So let's check these things out. So ever since I was a very little boy, I've always loved these Lawn Boy push mowers. I've had a lot of them in my past. Actually, the mower that I started my business with is this one back here. It's pretty much the same one. The one I had long ago has been gone for years, unfortunately. But I've always liked collecting these things because they're always really easy to work on, and they last forever. So all of these, the ones that are the one that I've had the longest is that one back there. I got that free back in 2020. But let's go ahead and get the rest of these out of the way. So we'll start with this one here. This is a 1997 model 22241. It's a commercial grade mower. It's got a 1 gallon fuel tank. It's got a 5.5 horse, somewhere in there, F-Series engine. So these are known for blowing the lower oil seals. And this one had a really bad carburetor issue. So I think I still need to do some work to it, but it does run. It's got a 3-speed transmission with neutral. The throttle used to go here, but with the new carburetor I put on, I had to mount another one right here. But other than that, this mower is pretty good. It's got steel ball bearing front wheels. These rear wheels I prefer over the metal ones because they look more like a Lawn Boy than, they look like another mower when those rear wheels are on there. I'll put a picture in the video. Next to this one is a 1987 model 6258. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me show you the model number on this. 22241, and it's a 1997 model. This is a 6258. It's from 1987. 6258, 1987. This has a 4-horse F200 engine. The difference between this one and that one has a different starter style. This I bought for $20 off of a friend of mine. I didn't have to do really any work to it other than just put a new side discharge cover on it. Other than that, I've done nothing to it. The thing runs great. I could put a new switch here, like on these two here. They have switches. This one doesn't, but it's supposed to. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It's not a big deal. So this one's got a 1 gallon gas tank as well, and it's got a chrome bar on it. It's got the red tape on it. I've always liked this grip here, the really ergonomic grip. It's really nice, comfortable too. All right, next one is one of my older ones. This is a 1979 model 5247. I don't know how well y'all can read that. And 79. Usually on these older ones, the first digit means the year that it was made in. This is a 19-inch deck. It's a really small one too. This is the one that you all saw me do the engine swap on. The old engine, after 43 years of use, the engine just finally gave way. It needed new rings and everything. I had this engine laying around, so I put that one on there. This thing works great though. Blade on it doesn't even need to be sharpened, but this thing, I was mowing with it some today, like not grass, but I was mowing some weeds, and this thing just slings it. The only thing that didn't go to plan at first was the wiring for the switch here. It was having some trouble. But I figured it out. The switch now works when you turn it off and on. Now we got Big Brother here. This is a 79 series as well. This is a 7268 right here. This is probably my most prized Lawn Boy, if I'm being completely honest. It's a 21-inch deck. I've had 2 of these and I've loved them both. The first one I didn't even want to give up, but I had to because of the cracked deck. But this one has been amazing. I just got it on Christmas. This just needed a coil, and the new starter. The whole pulley system was shot on this thing. But yeah, just a coil and then the new pull system. Thing runs great. I do have attachments for all of these. Not all of them are interchangeable, but you know, I do like these lawn boys though, if you can tell already. Now we got this one back here. This is the most unique looking one that I own, actually. This is a 19... Alright, so this one doesn't have a model and serial. It was actually been completely wiped off. Yeah, you cannot find that. Alright, but this is I believe, a 1985 Lawn Boy Scamp, and I believe the model number is 8505A. Like I said, 1985, it's a Scamp model. The difference between, well, obviously you can see the difference between that and that, but this is the only, they had this and the utility deck. Now the difference between those two decks, I'm not sure, but this one has the control bar like the rest of these here. That's pretty much what separates them. But I bought this off Craigslist for $10. It needed a carburetor clean, and it needed the lower seal to be replaced. The lower seal I'm talking about is the one that's right above that shaft there, right where that bolt is, right there. That needed to be replaced, and we had to jet the carburetor on this because it just was not getting enough fuel and it was running like crap. But we jetted the carburetor, and this thing runs great, but it does need a new muffler. See if I can't show you all what it's got under there right now. You can see the crack right there. That's pretty bad. I had to take the muffler off to get the engine off to get the seal replaced, but this thing is just loud. But it does run good though. I will give it that. And it cuts good too. I can't wait to cut with this one this year. I have cut with these two before, but like I said, I've had that one for the longest. But then again, pretty much all these are the same. I've had pretty much each and every style here, except this one and that one. These are the two ones that I have probably never worked on, and this one. But that engine is an F380 engine. I believe it's around 4.5 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. And this one's got the primer up here, actually. So yeah, this one's pretty unique, if you ask me. All right, now we got my only 4-stroke lawn boy. This is a model, it's from 1996. It's a model 10302 from 1996. This originally had a 4.5 horse Tecumseh engine. That engine, after 20-something years, it finally gave up. And I had this deck sitting around for a while because I didn't want to get rid of it. The self-propelled didn't work and the wheels on it were all good, so I just kept it around. So finally I got this Toro recycler, and the deck on it was pretty much junk. It was missing wheels, and there was holes in it. So I took the engine off of it, and I was able to put it on here. The difference that I thought was going to scare me was the style of blade, because apparently only lawn boy blades will work with the style deck. But I've come to find that this thing still does its job just fine. It still bags the same, and it still cuts the same. This one, I put the rear bagger on. Oh, it's 6.5 horsepower, by the way. So I had all the parts to cobble this thing together. I'm in this mower for only $25, and that's what I paid for it initially. I paid $25 for it because it did run before I got it, and it ran quite well. But it just unfortunately lost compression after I had used it a whole bunch. But this thing, it runs great now. I'm really impressed with it. This is actually the same engine we did that carburetor installation on. So right there, I gotta get the cover for this. But this thing starts pretty much really easy. And one thing I wanted to note, I had to go and take the carburetor back off because I put the linkage in the wrong hole because it wasn't running right at the time. But I put it in the right hole, and now it runs great. So yeah, I really like this mower mainly because it's 4-cycle. Not saying that I don't like these because they're 2-cycle, but having a separate tank for these is kind of annoying. But The power these things produce and the nostalgia that these things own pretty much makes up for it. But I do love these Tecumseh powered lawn boys. They're pretty simple to work on, and Tecumseh engines in general I do love. All right, now we got a model that I've had before, and one that's unfortunately kind of hated in the community, but not by me. This is and I'm going to say this right now, this mower is not original by any means. So this is a 2000 series model 10335. It's a 2000 model. I know for a fact that this engine is not original to this, because in 2000 they came out with their biggest engine. We'll get to that in a minute. And this engine stopped being manufactured. This is a 4 3/4 horse V engine. This was a precursor to their most powerful unit that they made on mowers back in 1993. And apparently the biggest problem that they had were the gas tanks were very poorly made. Just up in there, they cracked a lot, but this one I was able to save. There wasn't really any cracks. I just had to add a fuel shutoff valve. As with a lot of these lawn boys, like all of them need fuel shutoff valves. The carburetors let them pass. This one, I cleaned the carburetor, put 3 wheels on it. This is the only wheel that's original to this thing. This was free. All right, so this one was free with this one here. This one was 20. These 2 were free from the same guy. That was 10. That was 25. This was free. The money that I spent on it was putting a fuel shutoff and a primer bulb on it. That's it. Other than that, I'm in it for $0. This is a self-propelled unit. This one is too. These are pretty much both the same deck. Actually, this deck originally took a Tecumseh engine, but I guess the Tecumseh just got worn out, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't put this engine on here. I've only had this thing for a very short period of time, but I will say this, that I do like this V engine because it does produce a lot of power, and it sounds really different from these other machines here. So yeah, I like this unit. It's a very powerful machine. This one's got it set up to mulch right now. I have not cut with this yet, but I'm waiting to pressure wash it because this thing has been... The story with this was sitting on a shelf for 10 years and it was never gotten down, and then they finally got it down, and then, well, this is what it looked like. So I'm gonna get the pressure washer to this son of a gun. Make it look good again, because I know this deck is tough as nails. These are all right. Got 4 steel deck models right here. We'll get to that one in a minute. This is a cast aluminum deck right here, and this is a model 10515. It's a 1994 model. I got this from a friend of mine. Thank you, Gerard. I really appreciate you, brother. You're a lifesaver. At the time, this was the first lawnmower that started my collection, really. If I'm being completely honest with you guys. I got this back in 2020 from Gerard, and he just gave it to me because he knew I love lawn boys, and he wasn't going to use it. So I have done nothing to this, really. I'm being 100% honest with you. I completely got this thing in fully good working condition. The only thing that me and Gerard did do to it back when it wasn't mine, we did put a new coil on it, but that was because we had a problem with our kill switch. The cable on it's busted. Here's the old cable, and it's done. We got to put a new cable on it, but we couldn't find one under $50. So what we did, or what he did, he just wired it up with the kill switch here. So yeah, this mower one's really good. This is actually that lawnmower that I used to cut the tall grass video. I'll leave you all a link in the video here at the end. Yep, this is my first lawnmower. Things I want to do to improve it was get that that stop cable figured out. I think I have another one somewhere, but I think Gerard might have screwed with this a little bit, so I'm gonna have to go in there, dig out all that wizardry. Another thing, this is common on lawn boys as well, and the Scamper has the same problem with the handlebar knob. That they rust like this, so I'm gonna have to cut this off so I can put a new one in. This one's, on the other hand, is free though. So, all right, now we got the most powerful one. This is a model. It's a 2001 model 10247. It's got the 6.5 Duraforce power E series engine. This was the last model two-stroke engine that Lawn Boy ever made. Right here. They stopped making this in 2004 when EPA regulations made them stop. I bought this on Craigslist for $20, and it needed a carb rebuild and the fuel shutoff valve as usual. I think it needs a throttle cable. I'm not sure, because sometimes this thing just does not run right, but most of the time it does run fine. The deck is in really good shape on it, other than for a little bit of paint fading back here. This mower is in immaculate condition. It's got really good compression. It does run good when it does run good. Let's just say that. These Duraforces, I've had a lot of these, and I've had some trouble with them. These have probably been my most problematic engine out of all the lawn boys that I've ever worked on. You know, I've only had one of these, and it was fine. I've had two of those, and they both ended up being junk, but they were junk to begin with after not being taken care of. Like, I take care of my stuff, you know. Like, that thing still runs great, and I've had it for 2 years now. This was taken care of, but it doesn't look like it because it has a huge crack right there. Other than that thing was pretty much taken care of. But yeah, coming back to this is a push model. They do have the 10323, which is probably what I would have gotten if I didn't get this, but it was the only one that I saw for a decent price. So yeah, excuse me. Carb rebuild, fuel shutoff valve, primer bulb, and a kill cable, but kill cable was free from a friend of mine, Darren. Thank you, Darren. Actually, Darren is the one who sold me this lawn boy for $25 and that one for $20. So we got 3 lawn boys. Well, I guess we got 2 lawn boys from the same guy, but one of them has parts from the same guy. So, you know, kind of goes with the family, I guess. But yeah, so what I think we'll do here is set up the tripod, and we'll start each and every one of them up. Alright, so I can't find my tripod. My mom took it to work with her, but this one's pretty easy to start. Just gotta put this choke down and then prime it. Turn the feel on a little bit, and I don't want to turn it all the way on and have to just shut it off immediately. Alright. I didn't even need to choke this thing, to be honest with you guys. I do have 2 others. One of them is being restored right now, and the other one is a parts machine, so I won't show those yet. All right, this one's pretty easy to start. These have a fuel petcock. Okay. Here. These 2 were cold starts here. This one, that comes powered as a warm start, and these 2 are warm starts. this one runs pretty good. All right, turn the fuel off on this. These two are cold and they started, well, that one started second pull, this will start first. This is a cold start. Alright, turn the fuel on for this. This one might not have enough gas in it, but this one was pretty loud. Alright. This one you don't even need to prime it when it's cold. This thing starts with hardly any effort at all. Told you this one was a good one. Alright, this one's got really good compression. Turn this valve on here. Hit the off button by accident. This one can be picky sometimes, but oh well. Alright, this one usually starts first, second pull. Choke. Alright, this one might run a little funny, but as usual with this thing, make sure we got enough gas in it. Yeah, let me start. Okay. Not sure how long that was off there, but you know, whatever. So I wanted to give a big shout out to John 3800. He's the one who pretty much got me into these things. I know a lot of my knowledge about these from him. I'll put his channel link in the description below. He's got a lot of these lawn boys for his business up in Canada, and he does a really good job. John, you are one of my favorite YouTubers. Can't wait to see some of them lawn cutting videos you got coming up, brother. So, but yeah, guys, these are my lawn boys. Stay tuned for my lawn care setup of 2022 because I think it's going to be amazing. So without further ado, let me get inside here and I will let you get on with your day. I want to appreciate you stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.